Alright, so today's going to be a double upload. I had a Relics deck this morning. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. But now we're doing Commandos, and this was a request that one of you guys mentioned on stream yesterday. And honestly, I spent more time than I'm proud to mention putting this list together because it just wasn't rolling out right. I feel like it's extremely power crept in the meta right now, but I found something that works, and it actually works quite well. Now, previous versions did have cards like Queen Meave. I did use Dandelion for a bit. I tried Donimir of Troy for a bit, so just keep that in mind. Also, I tried to incorporate the new card Muta Generator, and it just didn't work out. And at one point I had Boiling Oils for 5-point removal and Margarita. So these were all things that just didn't make the final cut. What you have here is basically what I think it's supposed to be, and I don't think I would make any substitutions right now. I just feel like there's a lot of payoff from having Devotion with this deck, with the King Foltest, and with the Carrick Marine, so I didn't want to go with Ring of Favor. I feel like if you're going with Ring of Favor and you want to go and take that route, by all means, maybe dump something like a Voimir, or even, like, I wouldn't even know, maybe the Bloody Baron at that point and put in the Ring of Favor, but then you're going to have to rework some of the cards here, and it just didn't feel as smooth. So I like it for what it is here. We'll go through the deck list because maybe what you see here is a little bit different than what you've played or what you've seen other people play. So I have Engineering Solution being the stratagem of choice, and the reason for this is a couple things, right? I don't want to have King Foltest damaged. I find there's a lot of very good tall removal and just like direct slams from units giving damage in the meta right now that, you know, King Foltest just feels safe. The added shield's going to help this card stay alive. I'm not as worried about a lock as I am them just doming the card. So this is why we have Engineering Solution for that. Alternatively, if we want to take out something extremely tall, we have the Prince Onseus, and if we give it a shield, we can increase the dual ceiling by quite a bit because it'll damage the enemy unit by this unit's power, and then the opposing unit will damage it back, but we'll get the hit off the shield, and then we'll damage again. So we can basically take out like a 20-point unit when we go with something like Engineering Solution, opposed to just like the same power unit that we have, right? Or just a little bit taller. So it just plays very smoothly in that way. Now, Roach Merciless, deploy, damage an enemy unit by 2, death blow, gain zeal, order, spawn a blue stripes commando, and summon it to the row. So it's a way of getting another blue stripes commando. If we don't have the amphibious assault, this is a good tutor for like around 3 potentially. Let's say we had to use these up early game. We have the way of just getting the commandos out one more time when we take the Pavetta on them. So I like it for that reason. Foltest is essentially the blue stripes printer. So the first time a bronze unit on your side of the battlefield is boosted each turn, spawn a base copy of it at the bottom of your deck. Devotion also boosts the spawn copy by 1. At the end of your turn, boost the unit to the right by 1. So you put this to the left of a commando, and at the end of the turn, it's going to be boosting that commando and creating another copy in your deck, and we can just click the order of the commando to keep summoning them to the row that we have. We don't have to click it. In some instances, maybe you're just going to print a bunch of them and keep it as carryover so you can bleed around too. But oftentimes, with the meta being as fast as it is right now, we want to click these on a regular basis so we can keep funneling them on the board and get that 4-point per turn passive engine going, right? With the amount of tall units going around right now, I felt like a tall punish would be necessary. We have Onseus, but we don't always have the utility to give Onseus a shield, so I felt like Bloody Baron would make a lot of sense here, and because we're playing against so many Ring of Favor matchups, we have the ability now to just do that hard reset for 20 points, and if we play this on range or formation, we're getting 7 base power. So I felt like Bloody Baron was worth it. There's not a lot in that slot that I would probably choose instead of him. This just doesn't work, and this is just not what I would prefer because we're already bringing back lots of soldiers from, you know, the graveyard, so we don't really need Shawnee as well. It's just going to be pulling some of these cards, which are good on deploy, but, I mean, I can do without Marines in a later round, right? So that's an option, but I don't think it's the option. Now, King Radovid actually plays a really important role in this deck here. Essentially, we're going to be getting 2 extra leader charges from this. Sometimes we're going to want to give this Zeal and play it on range to greed the points. Sometimes we're going to want to give Roach Zeal if we can't get a death blow, and then give the commando that he spawns zeal as well. We're going to want to give Onseus zeal a lot of the time. We're going to want to give Rafford's Vengeance zeal a lot of the time, and maybe something within the bronze end, right? So you can imagine that with the 3 leader charges we get, maybe it's not enough, or maybe we'd rather have 1 or 2 more for security purposes, and Radovid does just that, right? Now, moving on to Rafford's Vengeance, this hasn't been played as much since, I would say, mages were more popular in the ladder, as well as Siege with Inspired Zeal, but now Siege is using Stockpile, so you don't see enough of this card. I think it has a really important place in this deck to create tempo. This helps with extreme thinning, so that we're pulling all of our top cards that can't be tutored from the Amphibious Assault, helping us keep Devotion with this deck and not have to put something in the deck like an Oneromancy. So the order of this: play a bronze unit from your hand, then draw a card with a cooldown of 5. Crew, whenever you play a unit next to the card, damage a random enemy by 2. Mages contribute to it. So we're not going to be using mages, but we're going to be using soldiers. We have a lot of bronze soldiers that we can play next to it. A couple humans that won't work, a couple sieges that won't work, but for the most part we have, you know, decent options that we could put beside it. And this is just going to help us funnel out the bronze cards. So if we have a really bronze heavy hand round 1, we can just basically play like a blue stripe scout and then draw a card. You know what I mean? It's pretty nuts. Like, it just really helps out. And then we take this with the thinning from the Siege Masters. We're drawing additional cards. So I'm really happy with the way that that's been performing. And it really helps us secure round 1. We don't always draw it round 1, but I would say it's often enough that it matters. And even if it's not round 1, it doesn't necessarily matter all that much. Round 2 is fine for a bleed. Round 3 is fun as well. But it really just comes down to creating Commandos as fast as we can. And I find usually when we don't have this, we've got other ways to go about it. So it seems pretty good. Talked about the tall removal. Adalia is really good here because she can make a copy of a few different things. For example, Carrick Marine's good point slam. She can make a copy of the Blue Stripe Scout. If we've got Commandos on the board, we want to make more copies of those. And pretty much anything else we think. If we need an extra shield, or if we're cramming our row, we can make an extra copy of the Siege Ladder. So whatever the situation allows, use Adalia in this instance. She'll make a copy of it, and it gives the card that we make a copy of a shield, which allows us to float it a lot easier, right? Let's say we want to make a copy of a Marine, and then we want to put down maybe one of these cards the following turn. Well, we can pretty well do that, and then just boost it with the Marine when we play them. So good stuff there. Pavetta is going to be one of our big payoff cards in the deck. This is a card that you need to have. So on deploy, shuffle a bronze unit and all copies of it from your graveyard into your deck. So what we're looking to do is basically fill the graveyard with the Blue Stripes Commandos, and then put them all back in our deck and replay them again later on and get that huge payoff, right? Split the rows up a little bit if we made too many of them, and just so that we can bring them all out. Now, when you're taking Pavetta, it's not really recommended, if you're not experienced playing it, to take Pavetta in round 2. I would say you probably want to take Pavetta in round 3, the round that you're going to bring the Commandos back. In some instances, you might see me take Pavetta in late round 2 if I'm confident that we're not going to get a handful of bricks, and you know, sometimes I'm feeling pretty good about it. You can take maybe Envoy to help prevent this from happening a little bit in a round to the Pavetta, right? But sometimes you just might have to take it because maybe you're holding one of your really important cards and you just don't want to use it. But realistically, don't go super heavy on the mulligans in round 3. If the hand looks good but not great, but you have access to your Commandos and no bricks, leave it that way, because don't underestimate the Commandos, right? When they swing out, it could be a 30-40 point play, so who cares if you've got this card, which you don't need in round 3, and this card, if you've got like access to all your Commandos. The last thing you want is to just play a Commando from hand and then, you know, the rest of the Commandos from the swing of bringing them out off the 1, right? So that's pretty much it there. I put an Artificer Tech because the shield's really nice. Like I mentioned, if we're on red coin, it's going to help us abuse the coin, giving Onseus a shield, giving Rafford's a shield, whatever the case may be, to keep things going. Full test the shield. For consistency here, splitting up the row. Siege Towers are just good engines for long rounds, but they also bring out the Siege Masters, and then you have the Carrick Marines just for the sheer value, right? So that's pretty much it. I have 5 games with live commentary for reference for this one. And if you guys enjoy the content that you see, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I will be uploading another video tomorrow. So we'll see you then. But for now, let's get into the games here. Alright, so we got Mahakam Forge up here first. It's kind of busted, no? We have this. We've got this and this in hand. We've got this. Maybe this goes back. And maybe this goes back too. And then Voimir, I think, as well. Don't love the fact that we have Roach in hand and the blue stripe, but it is what it is. Most dwarves don't run Heatwave. We'll try it. It's probably just going to be that, right? Reduce the cooldowns on it. Maybe even just go about it that way. I want to save leader charges. I think they're going to matter later.
There are things in the universe of which even the sages have not dreamt.
Elves must die! Nice mess you've got here. Bloody non-humans.
This feels like the right thing to do. 45 to 14. Might be time to start looking at a pass. This whole resilience thing's not really working out too well. 22-point lead here. Ring of Favor spoiled. So even if they do win, they don't get that carryover because they're going to be a couple cards down. Like, it's not going to really matter. Wow. That's huge trade, right? And they go down to 4. I think it's a pretty good pass. Issue is that we go into a long round 3. We've got a lot of points though. So we'll put this back for now. I think we can put one of these back for now as well. We need Pivetta and we need Amphibious. We'll take the carryover.
Do not test my patience.
Diplomacy is dignified work. My
And put
ass.
Pivetta top deck, right? Eight cards to draw from, and Amphibious is kind of important, but we have Roach anyways, so I don't feel horrible about it. We don't need this because we have a way of getting just other ways to go about it. I think Siege Ladder's pretty good. I don't think Artificer is really important in this match. I guess that's fine. We missed this, but we do get our way of getting them with Roach, so, you know, it is what it is, right? I think we just start off with these, get them going. Gonna be a long round, so how many commandos do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we could do better. We'll do the whole range row that way. Here comes... Oh, okay. I was thinking Brewer, actually. Kind of have to use the second one, right? So here's what we'll do. We'll get full test online. Actually, we got to get on Scoia'tael down first. Do we greed out the extra points, or do we just do it all in... No, we'll do it all in melee. We don't need to worry about Baron. We're going to put Baron on melee anyways. Not going to get inspired. And it'll be like a last say thing anyways. Yeah, let's get this online ASAP. Probably going to be boost.
Uh-oh. Trouble approaches.
Blood! Blood!
You know, we could greed Baron if this stays alive, yeah? That range roll 1 point could be the game. 13 here. I think we might have it.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah, it's looking like a win here. Oh wait, I messed up. I messed up my 1 point because we moved them. I was just moving it to boost it, I forgot, so imagine. It should just be enough. We lost 1 point, basically. And the second went off the bleed. That's fine. Nice. So we got Deadeye ambush up here next, and I think that this will be a little bit better. We're going first, so I don't know if I really need the Artificer. It's kind of like a red coin card. Or the way I intended it. Reduced cooldown's kind of nice. Fixing top deck's kind of nice too, but we do have thins. That's actually really good. Okay. This feels like enough.
I'm an officer and a gentleman.
So I think the idea... I think the idea is to save Roach. We want Commandos more than we want Raffords, right? Here.
Death to the enemy! Nice mess you've got here.
May your sword and arm be one.
Yeah, we'll be alright. We just plug this.
Press those vermin!
And just give it a shield. And that just becomes increasingly difficult for them to remove. It would require Heat Wave, I think.
Swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn.
We shall drive the ape men into the sea!
Semper Fi!
So I'm gonna boost this first, because I don't want to give another one of these in the deck. You know what I mean? We'll do it that way. And it's probably a pass.
I never miss.
I don't know. Maybe it's not.
Elves must die!
Hey, we just create. Yeah, we're filling up the deck here. 1, 2, 3. I want to get at least 4. 5, 6, 7. It's kind of late for the Heat Wave, yeah? Here.
Spirit, it's what matters. Death to the enemy! Semper Fi! Time for you to die!
Okay. 20 points. Less 1, less 2, yeah. I think it's going to take them 2 cards or leader. Like some leader. Now we have Pavetta and we have Amphibious, so we got what we need. 2, 4, 6, 8. They get the 2. They're gonna have to use 1 leader charge here. Yeah. Which is actually kind of big, if you think about it. Because, they used Heatwave, 1 O'Neill, Verno, Ailerons out, Scenarios out. These are kind of good. This is okay. That's actually better. I need Radovid at some point. I think we do a round 3 Pavetta just because I need to pull like good cards. Sometimes I wouldn't do it this way, but I think if we do it this way now, we'll probably just lose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's kind of annoying. I'm definitely defending card here though. We'll get the Adalia going onto the Envoys and see if we can just top deck immaculately, you know what I mean? And we can play Formation too because we have the Zeal. Because Heatwave's out of the way, and it's going to be a shorter round 3, I'm not too worried about just floating one of the Commandos, and there's also the chance that we get Radovid, so... Nice. Spot on. Baron's not even really that good in this matchup, if you think about it. I think this goes... That's not bad either. Yeah. We'll do it like that. And we'll focus on the tempo. Just getting out this early so that we can obviously get the most value from it. I think what I'm supposed to do is just play the blue stripes off of the Adalia. I want to make them Simlas soon. So it's going to be Radovid here. All we need is the 1 leader charge anyways. Onseus could just go on melee if it has to. The Torviel, if they're running it, it's going to have really good value in this deck here. So they're going to do, what? 2... 6 waylays, I guess. 4. I can't even count. That's fine. Get it over with. We gotta worry about the Isengrim. That's not even a big deal. Here, we'll pull these now. So we'll do a Dahlia into that, play the second one here, take this, bring them out, Voimir duel.
No mercy!
Destiny is unswerving. Cheated. It will not
Bloody
be.
non-humans.
And I'm gonna wait to click because if they have the Torvial, then we're gonna give them less to work with, right? We gotta crew this up first. That's fine. Imagine there was a card, damage all units on a roll by 4. I'd probably retire. So this is looking like we should win. We might even go as far as greeting the Onseus, right? Yeah.
On guard! A duel! To a duel, I challenge
That's gonna be the wide punish. Maybe.
Time for you to
Okay.
die, Dwan.
I'm dueling a token. Here, click.
Death to the enemy!
And just, Voimir, we got the game here.
Are sacred. Treated as such.
Alright, so we got Nilfgaard double cross for the next one here. I have a blue stripe. We've got this. I need a siege engine, which we've got. We're on blue coins, so Artificer can go back. I don't think we need 2 of the ladders here. 2 Commandos not good. Radovid's pretty good. So the idea, I suppose, would just be to get a couple Commandos going. We have the Adalia with the Scouts. It's not bad. That's what we'll do.
Death to the enemy! Nice mess you've got here.
I feel like I'm supposed to give this a shield. Because Joust just takes it out, and we want to be able to actually play what we make. Okay, that's really slow. Here, we'll do what we can just to get as much as we can, you know? Hit a shield, please.
Fine vintage.
Nice.
Elves must die!
I like the idea of playing something like the ladder just to thin. I also like the idea of taking Radovid, but I feel that they're probably going to pass on Radovid.
I'm an officer and a
Nice. Pretty wild, actually.
Semper Fi!
The shame I have made.
26. things are getting kind of expensive. I play Radovid, they pass. 28, 42. I think I'm gonna pass anyways. I'd rather them spend like a Brathens or something like that just to get ahead. Yeah, the hand's just too good. It was probably one of those things where they were gonna just like play a couple 4-point turns and then, you know, hope to pass, and then it just wasn't enough. Okay, so we'll do it on melee. We've got this option here. And Radovid's good. It's good. We've got a couple pulls. Is it really the blue striped scout that we want, though? So we're not doing anything with it on the first turn. Same with that, really. I suppose shield's okay. Yeah, we'll just start rotating the deck.
The good of magic. That is what I serve first and foremost.
I forgive you. This time. It is how I punish those who irritate.
I think we're supposed to give that a shield. See if we can get back our leader charges, and then probably put down this soon.
And if I insert
That's
a
fine.
window here, what then?
If possible, I'd like to be able to buy some time to play more bronze cards, but we'll see. Maybe I just put Pavetta. Pavetta's human, doesn't matter where we play. Put the 4 of these back in deck. A lock wouldn't be really nice here. They have a chance of pulling like a cavalry or something. Okay, that's not bad.
Think you won? Think again.
We've got a duel, and we've got a reset. It's just that for now, honestly. If I don't get this online, then who cares about the 2 points we get? Or, like, the extra 3 points we get that turn, you know what I mean? Hopefully they draw poorly. They get 5 choices though, right? Still bad choices. If that's the best one they have, then I'm kinda worried about it. $27.30. I think I'm supposed to play duel here. The Baron's not really a big deal. It's like kinda bad, but
Reality is that which, though you believe it no more, does not go away.
say, ooh. Put this here. I Can't say I love the idea, because they're just going to take down whatever we, you know, boost, right? Maybe we just go for it.
Nice mess you've got here.
That's going to be the reset anyways.
Semper Fi!
Yeah.
Stop fluttering, little swallow, and burn your feathers off.
They probably have Yen, so it's probably just playing Voimir Soldier, right?
It's wicked mages. Muddle your
Let's take the
minds.
extra 2 there. They're non-devotion, so the Marine doesn't really play too well. They're going to get like 4 or 5 points off this here. Now, you would think that they'd boost something damaged. Yeah.
My prescription, a bit of bloodletting.
Okay. So that's my Baron.
Shame I have
Take this. Oh, we should just be okay. I think.
Your name, young man. The man should be cursed.
They know we have Baron, so they're not taking Emissary, which is like the big thing here. Let's see. So they get 6, 7, 8, 9 plus Yen, which would be 8. We get the 1. Oh, I just threw. I meant to play that here. That's a throw. We lost 2 points. I don't think it actually matters. And I'm assuming it's Yen, right? I just need to have like a perfect game. This is always supposed to go beside one of these, right? It almost costed us, but we're fine.
With pleasure.
Alright, so we got Blaze of Glory coming up here, and I do like the side of the coin that we're on, right? It's going to be super helpful. Got 1. We can tuck one of these back. I like this idea because red coin. I think we actually just put... we need the ladder though. It's like the only reason why we need it at this point. Maybe I tuck back Envoy. Yeah, we want more copies.
Only one will walk away from this.
Okay, so they can't take out both in the same turn.
Nice mess you've got here. Semper Fi!
I'm just trying to decide how we're actually gonna get how we're gonna get the full test online. It's not as simple as just playing the card, right? You think they'd play the discards before they Maybe they drew into the coral. That's it. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do it. But just know that gutting slash is a thing. So stunning blow.
I pass on every 10th round. Death to the enemy!
Okay. We need to press a bit faster. They're at 27. We have vitality.
Regroup. Nice mess you've got here.
If they pass, we're gonna play. But I need to, like, we need to start doing things, you know? Maybe it's amphibious next. Yeah, it could be.
Scurvy. Nah, fake elder.
There we go. I gotta round lock a little bit, alright? Reduce cooldown 1 kinda makes sense.
Resist the Jarl's will, and that's how we'll end you.
Actually, this just keeps us ahead, doesn't it?
Elves must die! Semper Fi!
We'll click this first, and then we'll reduce. Probably give us a shield. Holy.
My beauteous command.
Exactly what I'd hoped for.
About 20 points. Can I do it in 2? That's the big question. No. Let's see. No, it's too big of a turn. It's too big of a turn. Radovid's cool. This probably goes at this point. Pavetta's great. And then, honestly, this probably goes at this point. Rafford's doesn't feel as necessary here. I don't think that they're going to push. If they push, it's probably a bad idea.
Of course, friend.
Okay.
It's a one-way assault, I assure you.
They don't know that Adalia is dead. That's all, right? We actually get a Bloody Baron, which is nice. I don't know if we ever agreed the formation, though. Maybe. Yeah, because they won't have a direct removal in one turn at 7 power. They spent their stunning. I don't think they have 2. Let's go for gutting. Okay. Actually, it feels Radovid here. Just for the points. So we're missing 3 cards I'd like to have, but they're not absolutely necessary. We give Artificer, give that a shield. It's that. Or we take... Yeah, it's Artificer... I think we save card here. Just take the the bleeding. And then they just can't play into it anymore. And we'll just play Pavetta. That way we can actually get them back, right? We should just be fine. Bakusha's kind of a problem, right? But... well, they have Herald potentially as well. But they also have to top deck both of those. 1, 2, 3. It's gotta be this. I think we just have to believe.
Death to the enemy! Nice mess you've got here.
We take a Dahlia, we give crew. We do it again, we duel. Actually, it's the duel now, for sure. Yeah. This one should just be over. Oh, okay, it's the 8. We'll just show them basically what it was. Okay, never mind. Alright, so we got Skellige Blaze of Glory up for the last game of the day, and I'm not sure. I don't know how this one goes. I know that they take down the full test quite easily. I know the Artificer might actually save us, but we'll find out. We've got these two, which is great for the thinning, right? I don't know how well the duel is going to be working here. I think they get pretty good trades on removal for these, so I'm going to tuck one away, keeping one in mind for these, of course. Now, we've got our Commando access, we've got our full test, we just have to hope for the best. I think that this is a round we can really play down, yeah? Because they're going to try and get the Warlords out there, and for that reason we can just try and get everything else out there, you see? This is going to be expensive, though. It's going to be a lot of leader charges. At least they help us out with this. Okay. We're getting 1 off this for sure. Here, I'm gonna do this so they get less value from removal. And if, for whatever reason, they don't have Gutting Slash and this sticks, I'll give it a shield next turn. But I think I value just getting tempo and just getting cards on the board first, right? It's possible they don't have it, so they have to fish for it here. They take a Gutting. Which is actually fine. We just make our copies here, 8 points per turn. It's hard for them to keep up with. Not to mention all this stuff that's about to happen too. We'll put the siege tower to the left, maybe. Actually, we gotta take care of this problem first, just in case, right? We could get leader iced in round 1 if we need to. Like, they might have to play more aggro if they're gonna take the round, but if they're gonna pass on us here, it's gonna be coming up. And I'm hoping that we can just trade trash or not as desirable plays next round. Here. So we'll do this. Just give it crew.
I pass on every 10th round.
Boost it there. If they play, I think I'm supposed to pass, but they're obviously going to take a pass here, which is fine. We didn't really commit a whole lot, I don't think. Getting a phone call scared the life out of me. Ringtone was on loud. I don't recognize the number, so we'll leave it. Splitting rows kind of good. Here, amphibious even better. Maybe we can pull for that. I don't know. The hand seems okay. Baron doesn't seem great, but Baron could like be defensive as well. I think I'm gonna put that back for now. I just want more stuff I can play, right? Here. Take that. There's going to be like a lot of trading in this round. One, two, three, four, five, six. It's actually pretty good. We want to make as short of a possible of a round 3. I think it's gonna be... I think it's just a Dahlia into a Marine. And we kind of have to use it, don't we? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Herald coming out here. Obviously, it's for Warlords, so they're going to have like a pretty raid-heavy type of hand, but it's fine. We'll just go and boost this up so that it's protected. so gross. So many points. I think I just float Baron. It doesn't feel very important in this game.
Here are we in our midst.
We'll take the Envoy, and I'm going to plan melee just because I want information here. I suppose that's the best card out of the 3 we're getting.
Resist the Jarl's will, and that's how we'll end you.
I got a Pavetta here because I need to see more. They might have Fukusha, and there's the Iced, right? And then they got the Scoia'tael. Like all types of just bad stuff, you know? Exactly.
Will not bend my neck for that shepherd.
We won't get both, but we'll get one. And I think that one's good. That's about as far as we'll go. So, couple things here. We want Rafford's Vengeance, and we don't want to brick Commandos in hand, so I'm not going to go too risky with the mulligans. But at the same time, you know? Here. Okay, so if I pull a Commando, it's actually not bad. There.
Kill the sons, steal the lasses.
They Fukusha for 1. I think we still take the duel.
For Lyria and Rivia. No retreat, not one step.
So, no one else dares face me?
We gotta be careful, like, part of me just wants to float this. To give them less stuff to damage, but it's probably not a good idea. Okay, well, if we're gonna lose, we're gonna lose. So I think we're supposed to. We'll find out pretty quick what they got going on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Your skull
There's the second ice, there's the bleeding. I don't think they have Fukusha. What am I gonna pull with, We go formation with this, we save 1 on the bleeding.
Magic can work wonders when used correctly.
It's not Morkvarg. It's definitely not Morkvarg. Yeah, it's Fukusha. Into like a Scoia'tael. Okay.
Nice mess you've got here.
Super close.